laws in the states are changed with respect to blood testing children when they're born. Because I don't think it's fair. You bring a child into this world, assuming that it's this man's child, and like now he didn't have a chance to say, "Oh, I don't want the kid." She didn't either. It's brought in. It's like, so now what? Who's responsible for it? We know the mother is because she birthed it, but it's like, what man is responsible now? You know, I think if that continues, or you know, if women continue to not have those federally regulated rights, really, I would say the states have to fill in the blanks, but no, it's not.
Is that something you can sue the state for?
I don't think you can. First of all, I think it should have been happened. Like, you should be blood testing kids, like doing paternity tests.
See, during the pregnancy, you can now find out.
No, after. No, because they got to put like a needle in your fucking belly button.
Let that shit happen, because let it happen.
Wait.
As a man, I mean, obviously you are all ladies, but as a man going through a pregnancy, thinking that this baby is yours, and you going throughout all of this, and mind you, dealing with a pregnant woman is like borderline hell. And
Imagine being the pregnant woman.
fuck it, I don't know, but she chose that.
She chose that.
So look, imagine going through this whole situation, and then you test the baby. 9 months of this shit. That's a whole year damn near. And then you test the baby, and just to find out that it wasn't yours. If there is a way, needle in the belly button, blood, whatever, sample test, let's figure this shit out.
Needle in your dick. How about that?
No, because my dick is no problem.
But that's the way the science was made.
No, needle.
It's a needle in the dick.
No,
and then that's how you. Yes, it is.
Is it?
Yes.
That seems really uncomfortable.
I could swab my mouth or something.
No, the baby's not here. You can't swab a baby's mouth that's in utero.
I don't
Needle in the dick.
Would you just need my semen or something? Would you need my blood?
Oh, but see, now it's a problem.
Because we're not doing that.
Now it's a
How
problem.
we go from needle to a belly button? How about this? We both take needles in the stomach. I mean, look, if there's a way, I feel like we should be testing it should be mandatory.
If I really believe that if men wanted that to happen, if men truly wanted that to happen, it would have happened by now. Yeah. Because
They'd be scared themselves.
I don't think so.
No,
I honestly,
I'm gonna tell you, look. You know what I'm saying.
I don't.
You a lie.
And then get the whisper.
Bro, listen, my sister's been pregnant twice. I know, actually, both of them. My girl's been pregnant. I dealt with another girl who was pregnant in my life before. It's like it's always nuts. It fucking is. God, like it definitely is. And that was nuts. No, you can tell me.
So take yourself out of it, just like men in general. And so when I make that statement, I think that men in general should have the right to test a child when it's born
or before.
Before is different, because before, that means you are violating. Well, not violating, but like it requires the mother's consent because you have to take blood from her body. But I think after the baby is here, I do think that it should be a law. And personally, I guess right now it's states' rights, you know. So if your state doesn't have like an opportunity for a woman to have an abortion, then that means that they should provide for a father to have a blood test when the child is here.
You know,
to establish paternity. I think that there should be when it comes to states' rights, which is where Roe v. Wade is right now, because the states control it. That means that a baby is gonna come into the world or not, regardless of who the daddy is. That being said, I think that the states should also provide for, free of charge, paid for by the state, for there to be a paternity test for that child. Because I don't think it's fair for a man, you know, to unknowingly raise a child that's not his. I just don't think it's fair. For this to be almost 2025, for there to not be a mandatory blood test to establish paternity is absolutely disgusting and ridiculous.
I would only add.
I said it, Aaron Campbell.
And I agree. I would only add. Well, I would add two things.
Don't add nothing to my. Don't add nothing.
I would say the same thing. Whether or not scratch the whole Roe v. Wade, whatever the decision is, I think it should always be a mandatory test. But I think it should also.
But I don't think it can be. I don't think it should be free. I'm saying.
I think it should be free no matter what. Right? My opinion. My opinion. It should be free no matter what. Right? And it should be free during the pregnancy. And here's the thing: when a woman is pregnant and a man is unsure if this is actually his baby, right? He would treat this woman differently throughout her pregnancy.
Hopefully.
Now, look, when he treats this woman differently throughout her pregnancy, rightfully so, she's going to gain some type of emotional, it could be regret, anger, it could be so many different feelings that are going to be harvested towards him because of the way he's treating her during her pregnancy. Now, what happens is once this baby is now born, God willing, the way she felt, she will never forget. She's not going to forget what he was to her or what he wasn't to her while she was pregnant. And if that baby is his, now he has to go out throughout this process of trying to regain that trust back. If that baby isn't his, then obviously he's going to feel, relieved. The problem is you're gambling either way. I was listening to Hot 97, and there was a woman who was asking for advice, right? And the advice that she was asking was because she was seeing this guy, and as she was seeing them, they weren't serious, and she got pregnant by him. And when she got pregnant, he started giving her the cold shoulder. She said she didn't understand why. But then he would pop back up every month or so. He was very inconsistent, but in a way consistent, right? And she was asking them, should she tell him the date that she's supposed to, have this child? Should she make him aware, or should she just keep him at bay since he was really inconsistent and not really there and present throughout her pregnancy? And they were going and they were exchanging their opinions. Some of them said, nah, he doesn't deserve, he wasn't there this whole time, then he doesn't need to know. But the problem is, if that baby is his, her feelings is now going to create a war, right? She's going to lose a battle, right? I mean, she's going to lose a war to win a battle. It's going to create a separation from the start of this child's life if it is his. So the thing is,
but who did that though?
Well, he was
about to say you're explaining a woman's reaction to how a man
reacts. It's her reaction.
Yeah, but I'm saying most of the time when a woman is pregnant, like when she's pregnant and that man is not present, when that man is an asshole or he's treating her bad while she's pregnant, this is probably one of the most, if not the most emotional, hormone wise that she's ever gonna endure in her life. She's not gonna forget this. The thing is, when a man, so like, and listen, if let's just say I'm dating a girl and we've been dating for 8 months, right? 8 months is a good enough time to know somebody, but it's not a good enough time to know somebody, right? Let's say she gets pregnant. Now she's pregnant. I'm still in my mind thinking like, shit, if I could get her pregnant in 8 months and I was fucking her raw for the last 2-3 months, there's probably somebody else doing it too. Is this really my baby? Do I really need to keep her along my side the entire time? Because I don't know. So what I would say and suggest is that if there is a non-invasive way to actually have a woman test if that baby is theirs as early as 7 weeks, then I think it should be mandatory.
I'm just going to go back to something I said a little while ago in the conversation. Why are we jumping to testing instead of talking about if any of them have been with other people?
You think people don't lie?
When there's a baby involved and
they fucking lie too.
Okay, well, give them the opportunity to see what they say.
Do you watch Maury?
I love Maury.
How many times have these people have thought these children were theirs and they were not? How many times have we saw the vice versa?
You know that they're not always true, right?
What the storyline you're saying?
Yeah.
Or the episode?
Yeah.
But you know that they've gotten it from real life situations.
Okay, true. I'm not saying this shit doesn't happen, but I'm saying you automatically thinking the worst, saying, is that my baby? I don't know. She could have been doing blah, blah, blah. If that's how you feel, have you been sexually involved with anybody else in the past few months, or is this 100% my child?
Women are not going to...
Is that not okay for you to ask? Because I think that's 100% okay for you to ask.
Yeah, you're not going to get the truth.
But the thing is that the truth is going to eventually come out. So whether she's truthful about it now or 5 months from now, it won't change the outcome.
But the thing is, and I'm gonna say this. I believe today the world is so fucked up. People don't trust anyone's word, right? You got to think about, even in business. Business used to be, you used to be able to do handshake deals. You can't do that nowadays. But nobody, I don't want to say nobody, but a lot of people are not honoring their word. A lot of people are lying. And she could actually say, yo, you know what? I slept with this dude on this day. The doctor is telling me that I got pregnant on this day, right? But the way that, first of all, the way that they actually determined when she was actually, was it conceived? It isn't always accurate. It's actually far from accurate, right? It's just a roundabout time.
I was about to say,
It's a round.
You a week roundabout?
About 2 weeks is a half a month. It's about 2 weeks off of this bitch, right? So in a half a month, there's a lot of shit that can happen in 2 weeks. So now she could say, listen, well, the doctor said this. That means I was with you during this time. But really, she could have been with this person over here, and that might have been his. I say that to say, if there's a way to actually, 7-8 weeks, which is usually around the
It's a
time.
needle in your dick.
They can't be
No, it's
that
not.
much off. They can't be 2 weeks off, because then that'll fuck up how many weeks along is she.
Let me tell you a real story, because you clearly don't know, all right? So I have a daughter, okay?
I know.
My girl came to New Jersey on June
I don't think we need all these details.
July 22nd, right?
I don't think we need these details.
Because he's about to say something like the doctor said that
She was pregnant, but a week before that. So
this, and oh my God,
Exactly.
she didn't even come to New Jersey at that time. She was still in California, so it must be a California.
I don't think we need
But
these
the-
details.
But what I'm saying is that is the reality, right? So now, but then we can say that my daughter's my twin. So it's
He says I can say that because my daughter.
I'm just saying.
So
What I'm saying is that if
It's a
there's a
needle in your
way
dick.
if there's a way to find out that is non-invasive, because I don't think that anybody should be having needles in their dicks or vaginas.
your belly
I
button.
was like, or a belly button.
Fuck it, the belly button it is. That can find a way to see if that child is that man's as early as 7 weeks. I think we should do that and be proactive that way. If he's going to be a scumbag throughout her pregnancy, he was a conscious scumbag, not a skeptical one. That's all.
Just make sure you're paying the $700.
It's
Yeah, no,
17.
But I'm saying it should be covered by the state.
It should not be covered by the state.
Yes, that's what I'm
Should
saying.
not. After the birth, once the child can actually be a burden to the state, is at the point. That is when.
That's okay. I still stand by what I said.
Wait, the rush to figure out paternity is none of their
Guys, listen, the rush to figure out paternity is not for the man. It's for the state. And the state is going to act in the benefit of the state. So that the child is not a burden to the state, they want to establish paternity. And for that, it should be free. The state, not free, but the state should be paying for it. It's the state trying to figure out, like, who baby this is, who's paying for this. Is it Chris? Is it Jason? Whatever. I know it ain't mine. The state's saying it ain't mine. So we need to figure out, because
There's some people who are paying child support because they signed a birth certificate.
they shouldn't have signed it.
But what I'm saying is, but that's what I'm saying is the reason why it should be paid for by the state and done before any signatures of anything, because there's going to be potentially a man who's really responsible for a kid, sometimes even walking around with their last name, and it ain't theirs.
And how is that exposure for the state?
What do you mean by exposure?
How is that a risk for the state? They don't care.
No, I get that. No.
Right, that's what I'm saying. The state is only going to act for the state because it's the state who has to step in when they have to provide social services. Yeah, like really, but that's what the status quo is right now.
Yeah, I get that. And I understood what you were saying, but I was just saying in general, despite Roe versus Wade, whatever is on the current event topic of right now for the last year or two, I'm saying in general, this should be the way shit works. Whether it's without it, whether it is at the forefront, whether it isn't. this should be the way this shit works.
But why?
Well, because simply, I mean, you got a lot of kids out here.
Can I rephrase it? Why would the state pay for that? Like, what benefit is it to the state to pay $1,700 to figure that out? If there's no risk to the state.
I think that from a monetary aspect, there really is no benefit for the state in terms of monetary. But if the state or if this government is for the people,
It's not.
well, I'm just saying, is it?
It's not.
It's supposed to be for the people,
I'm
right?
supposed to be rich.
Yeah, and you are. So look,
Oh my God, Rico's like third party. Why don't we have a third party?
no, but what I'm saying is,
Like,
what
it's
I'm
just
saying
not.
is this. But that's so we're not, a Lamborghini monetary things is nowhere near the same severity of an actual human being, right? And these human beings grow up to be a person in the state. This person who doesn't have a family or a father that they don't know could turn up being a fucking serial killer. Take care of it from the beginning. We have asked everything.
No, because it's a different process at 7 weeks than it is at when the baby.
What you worry about, a needle?
Wait, so what we doing? We gonna take the paternity at 9 weeks. Then the baby dies 6 months. Now we wasted a whole 1,700. Talking about money. It's all about money. What do y'all think? Oh my God.
Yeah. There is no benefit to them to pay for it
Thank you.
early. But we
don't live in Norway.
so
But that's the problem.
they should be paying for it after. We're all in agreement of that.
We're not
Don't sign the birth
in agreement.
certificate until they get back to you with the results.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's fair.
Don't say we're all in agreement, by the way.
Besides Rico,
Besides me.
do not sign the birth certificate unless the state comes back to you with the results for the paternity and tells you you're the father.
Period.
Yeah.
But lovely conversation, guys. I think that this really gave a very real life illustration of how our votes impact just our everyday lives. Just, people are like, oh, I'm pro-life, I'm abortion that. But people are just kind of speaking in ideas and platitudes or whatever. But I think that no one's really thinking about it when it comes to like Jason down the street who dealing with Josephine. Sorry, sugar.